welcome to the Perception. Don't forget to like. My name is Sharon Ilalo. Today we are going to talk about ICT-based violence. But before we go ahead, allow me, because some people were like, hey, nice Sharon, like, show ngate tujida batugenda ku YouTube. Banange, I always emphasize this on every show. You can find us on Fiktube. You can either download the Fiktube app from your Google Play Store, or you can find us at www.fiktube.com. Don't forget to watch, like, share, and subscribe. Before we go further, let me allow my colleagues to introduce themselves. Then we go on. Thank you.
Sharon, thank you very much for inviting me once again. It's a pleasure to be on this Perception show. I'm called Sabonipa Lawrence, it's my name, and I'm proud to be here today. I believe the show is gonna be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, once again, I'm Jane Mutusi. I'm very happy to be again on this platform, Perception show. So, and I'm hoping people are enjoying on this show. People are learning. Yes, listen, and people can subscribe, put your comment, whatever you may wish to say, you can forward it via the comment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jen. As I said, we're going to look at ICT-based violence. ICT, I think ICT is, because I'm here with the intellectuals, so they are here to correct us. They are going to make clear to us. According to me, I think ICT is information communication technology, so it comprises of internet, Facebook, Twitter, social media, phones, laptop, avio. I think, I don't know, is there anything else? Like, what is ICT according to you?
Thank you very much. Sharon, as you've said, ICT is a broad term, but in ICT, it has, like, each letter represents a department. In ICT, one I, it means information. Now, in information, we look at how do we get the information, and in which way do we pass on the information. Let's say right now I'm talking, but for this information to be heard, there should be this mic which I'm using is connecting to another device. So the information itself, it's a technology. But for it to reach to where it's going, there must be devices. Now that's where we go to communication systems. Now, as we are communicating now around the whole world, they are viewing us right now. But we have some devices that are helping us, as we've said the Twitter, as we've said the Facebook, as we've said even YouTube. Those are devices that help us to communicate in a way that we see the communication we reach. Then we have technology. When we go to technology, it's an innovation, something new, something you've invented, then that becomes a technology. By the way, even the shoes you're having, it's technology. Even the clothes you're putting on, it's technology. As long as it's something new, then it gets to be a technology. It might be electronic, it might be non-electronic, but as long as it helps someone to live, as long as it creates a new, it helps simplify life, because technology is used to simplify life in communication, either in the way we do things, like at the place of work. It's technology. That's the way I understand the whole broad term, information communication and technology. However, I think I can give also Jen to give more on what she understands.
Yeah, me, I want to add on technology, as my colleague talked about. Technology is comprised of many things. Anything new, any idea you come up with, it is technology. There are a lot of things which has come up. Things are new, we don't know about them, and these things are going up to affect us. So anything new, I can start anything which is, sometimes technology, we think they are things from abroad. No, anything new, any idea you come up with, that is technology. Anything you bring up with. So today we are looking at how technology has gone ahead to impact on people in a negative way and a positive way. Technology has both positive and negative, but me, I will focus mostly on negative part of technology, whereby there are a lot of things which has come up and we have taken them to be seen as a funny thing. In most cases, because due to the reason of how people are handling internet, society and other people have taken it to be something funny. We see internet as something which is evil, of which internet is a nice thing. It has been helping us in marketing our business, marketing, putting out skills. It is a space of learning, it is a space of learning new things, but some people have come ahead to misuse internet because of, like, you find some, in most cases I may say it has been affecting some people, though one of my colleagues was supporting that these people who get videos are nice, but to some extent is bad. So, for example, if people are fighting, you get a pic of mine. Maybe I've been fighting with someone, for you get a pic or a video, you post it anyhow. Okay, you may say it is nice, but then after posting it, maybe people who have power have seen it, people who may help me have seen it, and they have not gone.
I like that so much, and
okay,
it was among my lists of the things I was going to ask you about, but then like, you can't, let's not go ahead, let's move slowly. We have all the time, we still have time, and we first what I first want is to understand ICT based violence. I've understood what ICT is, as the two of you have explained to me. Violence that is perpetrated through ICT, the kind of, because I be on social media, maybe on Facebook, Gendo Lava, maybe this celebrity posted a picture of herself, and then when you read through the comments, I reached the next number, if it were my pic, and then they put such comments, it would really have to break me, and it would torture me psychologically. Maybe also, you see, there is this app, it's called Phonics, I think it's called Phonics. You be there, Olimidembe Joe, you get your phone, before you can do anything, Ogendo Lavanga, they are sending you pictures of nudes. They are sending you pictures of this girl did what, this girl did what, you know. I don't know if in Uganda, okay, I don't want to go too much into the government, if there is any law that is regulating this, but then I think to some extent, mostly women and the youth are being violated over social media so much. I don't know about other technologies, because you told me technology is not just about social media, phones and laptops, but it goes way beyond that. I wanted you to clarify more on that. How the other kinds of technology and how violence, is it, okay, what category of people are mostly affected by ICT based violence, and why, and how can we go about it? Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Miss Sharon. You're asking me about, you want us to specify the category of people who face this. To me, I can say most of them are women and girls. Why? That is how society has gone ahead to focus on women's body and girls' body than men. And also about the law, there is that law, Anti-Pornography Act. But again, the bad thing of this act, it punishes the victims instead. If me and someone, okay, let me say a girl and a boy, or maybe lovers, have got some videos in their free time. Some people say love is blind. Maybe you don't expect the other side, but again, this act instead it punishes the victim. If a person has posted a certain video and you go ahead to report, they will instead punish the victim. Who is the victim? The woman or a girl? So according to
police doesn't come in, still it's psychologically torturing you. Just imagine how many people are going to view this video, how many people know you that are going to, even those that don't know you, the kind of comments this video is going to get. You find out that some people even end up committing suicide.
Yes, again also, I think because of the society, the way it takes women's body to be a sexual body or a sexual object, there is this thing, if you're posted, if a video is comprised of two people, you will find the largest percentage is commenting on a girl, on a female person. This is because I think we shouldn't forget media is comprised of youth. The largest percentage on media, it is youth, and these people, we tend to forget the impact of something. Maybe you're commenting negative thing on a certain person, you forget this person, it may affect the person negatively. So by that time you're excited, you just comment, you give your comment, but this comment may give a negative impact, yeah, on a female person. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You want to say something?
Sharon, you also asked the same question. I want to reply to you. You asked who is mostly affected. Media affects everyone, as long as there is no anyone who is separate, who is a part that social media can't affect. But it depends on which issue specifically, because we've seen even the prominent people whom you call powerful. I've used this word powerful not necessarily because they are powerful, but that is the derogatory term that people use. So you find that they post a minister, this and this happened, this and this happened. So the problem is in the disposal of the information, and also the problem is on what the world wants to view. But with ICT, it affects someone emotionally, it affects someone sexually, it affects someone verbally, because we've seen people posting like someone posts like a pic and says, hey, you see how this girl is, she has happy birthday. Then from nowhere you see on Twitter someone says, that girl has big legs. Okay. Now the topic tends to shift from the good thing, then they go back to the what? To the legs.
And one funny thing is you've said that this affects almost everyone.
Everybody. But it depends on the interest of the community.
The example you've given is for a girl.
Yes.
Like this girl has big legs. Okay. I personally, I don't know about you guys, but I rarely see posts that maybe throwing violence on the side of the men. I rarely see them. Mostly I see it's the women that are being abused. It's the when you look at pornography. Sitting on like pornography, I don't. Yes. But then you can find that in these blue movies, in most cases they show the faces of the woman, the faces of the girl, at the expense of the men. You get?
But
because they know what.
But then that's why I said interest.
People's interest.
People's interest.
So people's interest is in women being abused sexually because it satisfies them.
No, actually they are not. They don't know that they are abusing women. It is not.
And in most cases,
they don't know that they are abusing women. Like, how can I post a picture of myself
Sharon,
and then someone goes on and comments that so, you know? In
most cases, people tend to focus on sexual abuse, and they leave other abuses, of which this is not something very good. If I can come and mention a certain word and I say Sharon is very stupid, and you hear it, that one, someone might not take it serious, but he doesn't know the permanent damage he has caused on you. You understand? So sometimes we tend to focus on sexual, but there are other abuses that are more dangerous than even sexual. Because when you tamper with my psyche, I may end up
related, because you may tell me I'm stupid psychologically. Even if you tell me something sexual, still it can psychologically torture me.
Yeah.
Sexual violence is interrelated
to psychological or emotional.
Yes.
That is true. But then when you talk about sexual violence, it's as if you're categorizing a certain category of people. Because when you're going to talk about sexual violence, mostly we understand that it's women who face that violence.
Yes.
And it's prominent with women. However, it cannot also segregate men, though it's at a lower rate. But however, we want to look at violence in every category. Look at this man who has gone for work, and before he gets to know, they have posted his pic that he has been in the lodge.
But how can the pic be of him in a lodge and it is not him? Then it means he has been
Yes,
in the
it is
lodge.
him. It is him.
True, yes.
But now this pic you've taken is going to cause violence. Before you get to know, the whole family is broken.
Lawrence, a minute. I think someone out there, abantu nga bagamba, if you post a picture of my husband in a lodge and I didn't know, then you're saving me. You're saving my marriage. You're saving me from the STDs. You're saving me from this guy. So I think it's something important. Okay, when I talked about violence on social media, I meant this kind of violence, like you see someone posting a picture. Naida people always say abakazi ensonga lwaki babavuma nnyo on social media is because also the way they package themselves when they are taking these pictures, the way they package themselves when they are taking these videos. Someone puts on almost half naked or naked na postinga, so such a person gives someone a chance.
Sharon, we've seen people who have dressed decently and they have all they want to talk about them. So it's not how you dress sometimes, it's the tendency and the culture of people in the society, and
Because
that's why their minds have to change.
Yeah, their minds have to change. I concur with you. But also someone can be out there and is like, Kubifana bya, let me give an example of a prime minister, because she's someone so decent. She's someone everyone looks up to. Ayambala bulungi. When you look into her comment sections, you're not going to find comments like banera bechibina. You know, you look like this, you're like this. I'm sorry, but then when you see someone, some celebrity somewhere posting in a bikini, you know, oyambade bikini, and you're posting it, you give people a chance to also throw such words on you. But then I don't support that.
Sharon,
I don't support
I'm sorry to interrupt. We are living in a world where everyone thinks that he has the moral authority to talk about whatever he or she wants to talk about.
and it is true.
But I want to tell you this. However decent you can be, or however whatever you can be, someone will find you. If he wants you or she wants you, we find any reason for whatsoever to talk about you, in any way to comment about you, in a way that will negatively affect you. So sometimes it's all about mindset. And even if you dress well, I'm not saying there is bad dressing and what, but what I'm saying, even if you do whatever you want, people will always find a reason to comment on you, whether in a wrong way or in a good way. So you as a person, what you should take, you should bear in mind that I'm doing something that will help the generation, not on what people will say. Because you see people who dress on long things, they say, oh baba no bajaja. You understand? So we've seen people who do things in the society norm, but we have another category of people who are like, this one, they place you in another cage where that puts a distance between them and you. So what are you going to do for those people who are in that way?
So Lawrence's point is that people should change their mindset. They should change their perception on the way they see things. Focus more on the information that someone is passing onto you, Focus more on the wonderful creatures that God created. Focus more on how God created us in his image and we are beautiful and wonderfully made. Let's not take someone's body as a way of body shaming them, as a way of throwing insults to them, which is very okay. Lawrence, you say technology is beyond social media, it's beyond beyond phones and laptops and what. I wanted you to give me some other examples of ICT, and also if they in any way bring about violence to people and how. Yes.
Now for me, basically, I'm going to focus on information. Information. You said about technology. Now, when we go in technology, we are going to see devices that help the information go wherever you want it. Because we've all of this we've been saying, it's information. But then we have the technology that helps you reach where you want the information to do what? To reach. For me, I'm going to talk about the technology of newspapers. That's where I'm going to center now. You find that, like in newspaper, this depends on the interest of the writer. You find that in some newspapers they will post some photos that are obscene, some photos that are body shaming, and they begin to talk about the sexuality of people. Then when you get the pic in the photo or what talks about you in those newspapers, some people, they do them even without their knowledge. I've ever had somebody, I'm not going to disclose, but it's a reality. It's not a story, but a reality of what I'm going to say. Here comes a campus girl. Actually, we are studying together. So she took pics when she was in love. I'll call it love because,
of course, people get in love.
Yes, with a certain gentleman. Then those pics, she actually not pics but videos when they were in love. You understand the dynamics of love and what takes place there. Then all of a sudden she saves the information in her phone. Behold, the friend falls on the phone. When the friend got the phone, she discovered the news and whatever in that phone, and the way the girl was with the boy. Here comes them or bloggers or what, I don't know, but these people works on certain newspapers. So they call the girl, they are like, are you so and so? We got your phone and we've got some photos there. If you want us not to leak them in the newspaper, to disclose them, give us 500,000. Remember, this girl is a student. Now the girl, what happened? It was something very terrible. Looking for the money now from the parents. What do you want to use the money for? She begins to deceive. But all that was in the name of what? Technology. The girl began to have stress. She was like, now, how will somebody see me? Because it wasn't a joke, because we've seen some prominent people being posted on such newspapers, how they are naked, how they are, you understand. You talked about phonics. Phonics is an e-paper. It's an electronic paper, in that when you want news, you go there, you read, and you get to know. And even they disclose names. You understand? So the girl looked into that. She had to get the money, and she gave them. But it didn't end there. You understand? Sometimes violence might go beyond where I expected to go. Then someone is like, nango ino kumpako, in courts. So what do you do in such a condition? Though you've paid the money, even might do what? In the name of not leaking your what? Your information. So this is how far technology has taken us. But we are saying, see, you can change your perception and you use technology to make money. Why do they talk about Lawrence showing his nudes? Why can't they show him when he's having a business or when he's doing something that will help the people?
Do you know some people use that as a business as well? Like linking their pics, like the guys that had her pictures, her nudes, and promised to link them in case she doesn't pay them. They were using it to make money.
Yes, we are saying business should be done, but not at the expense of anybody. If they are showing you, like here we are on the Perception show, changing the minds of people, this is something very good. This is an investment worth to be spent on. You understand? Why can't they show Sharon when she's there? I have a friend, she makes some clothes, but she puts them on social media. People see and they get inspired and some buy.
Actually, even I want to add on that thing of what Lawrence is saying, that why can't they use the platform for earning in a positive way? An example I can give, there is one day I saw a certain video of a certain lady in Nigeria. Is it Nigeria? This girl was selling tomato, earning money. But again, as this person was advertising for what he's selling and where she was standing, instead of catching the eyes of people who may support her, instead they had to look for someone who was behind the lady, looking at the lady. People had to focus on a certain male person who was behind the lady, asking themselves that what was that man looking. So they thought the man's mind or eyes were behind the lady's back. Yeah, this lady wanted to advertise her business on the internet. So the way we use this internet also is not good.
Thank you so much. I've realized that we really have to change the way we use social media, the way we use internet, and mostly do not be sarcastic. I will say it's being sarcastic. Whenever you see something good, you have to always look for something negative about it. And creating kuleta wembera, it's really not good at all. At least have something positive to say about something. Have something positive to add on to someone's life. Or seeing, because when we see technology beyond social media, we see like there is some preference in some countries. For example, in China, I was told in China they have a specific number of children you're supposed to give birth to. So over there are two. I'm not sure there are two, but if you're to give birth to the third one, they have to scan and see. If it's a baby girl, then you're going to be forced to abort it. If it's for a girl, but then if it's pregnancy with a boy, they allow you to do what? To give birth. So they use these scanners. Scanners are also technology in a way that are going to create violence on some people. So these poor girl babies are supposed to be aborted, and just imagine, this is like killing someone, and they're forcefully aborting them without the will of the parents. We don't see, let's focus on Uganda. It's not only in China, but also in Uganda, tulabanga, there is too much son preference. I think we all know this because we talked about, when we talked about human trafficking, was it last week, but one, when we talked about human trafficking, we specified that in Karamoja, there is too much son preference in a way that they sell off their daughters, they sell off the girls for money at a price of between 20,000 to 50,000. So they sell off their daughters for money. We also see in our in our families, in our neighborhood, in the areas we come from, we see people prefer boys mostly. So you find someone, when she's still pregnant, she goes for scanning to get to know the sex of the baby so that she can see what to do. If it's a baby girl, they do what? They abort this child. And then if it's a boy, we all don't know the future of these children. It's only God that tells. It's only God that knows the future. You do not have you don't have to decide for yourself, nti nze njagala mwana mlenzi, saagala mwana muwala. Tomanya, maybe the boy that you want is going to be a useless bastard. I would say useless bastard, I'm sorry. Maybe it's going to be a thief or what. And then the girl that you're rejecting is going to be, yes, you don't know tomorrow. We all don't know tomorrow. When you look at Esther in the Bible, nobody knew she was going to become that. And if the mother had aborted her, then she would have missed having a child of a strong woman like Esther. Thank you so much. I would beg that we have a short break, then we'll be right back. Don't forget to follow us, share and comment. And also, if you don't have the Fiktube app, it's high time you download. Thank you. I'm Sharon Ilalo. We'll be right back. You're most welcome from that short break. Let's continue with the Perception Tube app from your Google Play Store, or you can find us at www.fiktube.com. My name is Sharon Ilalo, and with me is a group of intellectuals, my colleagues. During the first half, they told us we're looking at ICT-based violence, and then they explained to us and told us what ICT is. They told us what violence is and how different kind of people have faced violence over social media and ICT. But then, Jen, there is someone, one time, a young ambant, ICT is beyond electronics, like it's beyond phones, laptops, iPads and all that, beyond social media. And then they were like, all over, even the cosmetics that ladies use, it's because of the effect of ICT, the bleaching, the nails and all that. I wanted you to tell me your say about it.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Like as I had said at the beginning, that technology is not all about internet alone, but also other things. So today we are also going to talk about how some technologies, like I will focus mostly on things which has been affecting us, because we are talking about how technology has caused violence in the community, in the society. So let's look at these things of the usable things of women, like cosmetics, the nails, those wigs, the new styles of hair, the artificial hair. I'm not talking about the natural hair. In most cases, these things have come up and they have made us to lose our self-esteem, whereby now we do something to make someone else happy. If I talk about bleaching, I don't think I bleach to make myself happy, because we are now in the society whereby we think an ideal woman has to be brown, so I have to look for something. You normally see even these people when you're in a certain place and a certain beautiful, not beautiful lady, sorry, a brown lady is there. People will even say that a beautiful girl, because she's brown. But in most cases, me, I normally defend myself and I say, but if that person was black like me and that person, who would be the beautiful one? So I tend to put them back to my true color. So we have been people are doing things because of the society. Yes, the nails, people have been putting on artificial, but also men also. Sometimes men also go for these people, forgetting that it may be expensive. A girl will ask for something you found her with. If you went with that person because of the wig, you will make sure you do what you found that girl with, to be with that person. If it felt that is where I find a girl was caught cheating, to get maybe money for that wig, because you are man, you cannot afford. But so these things have been affecting us a lot. Yes, so there are a lot of things which have been affecting society. You go for something which you may not manage. You see Jen, you say, Jen is on natural hair, but I put a lot of money. So if you go with me, that because Jen does not plait, this one is more expensive than even plating. So let's do what makes us happy, not making someone happy. So that is the only issue we are seeing.
We've seen scenarios where someone is like, I bleach for myself, I make up for myself, I have tattoos for myself, I do it because I like it. I don't know if really someone can want to bleach if that person was staying alone and okay.
So those people who normally talk about that I do something, actually, to be frank, if you people were there, if you did some observation during lockdown, people are turned up making Biswahilis. You know Biswahilis? So you would ask this girl, why are you not painting? And the person would say, naembera muchisagate, sitambula. So research, meaning we put on them for certain purpose for a person. You find when people are at home, they are not putting makeups. Yes, me, I used to, those people who know my friend Rachel, sometimes we would be even in our room, then I talk and Rachel says, but you're not going somewhere. I say, but I want to be smart. So sometimes me, I normally do something outside because I can also do it inside the room. Yeah. So but if you, this competition of doing something and also copying, you're seeing Sharon with a wig of 100, so me also I want to get it, of which it may make me to pass in a certain negative way. You never know, the other person, maybe a brother, can afford. So to me, to afford it, I will also use another funny way to get the wig. Yes.
Thank you so much. So we've noticed that technology has really played a big role in perpetrating violence on these women, on the youth, and I will say most especially women and the youth, because it goes beyond posting nudes, it goes beyond cosmetics and all that, but we are seeing these girls sleeping with sugar daddies to get this technology, to get the phones, to get the iPhones. So girls have gone ahead to have sex with people that they are not in love with in order to acquire these things. And when you talk about technology, we see things like some men, they have resorted into stalking. Someone buys you a car and then puts a stalking device on it to see. On Monday you were in such and such a place, what were you doing there? So people have started using social media to stalk their partners. They've started using technology to violate someone, maybe psychologically, sexually, physically, and all that. Because we also see in hospitals, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I want you guys to tell me your say about this. Is technology also part of this family planning thing? How this family planning is invented, how it is made, and the usage of family planning? Is it because of the ICT or what? Lawrence, what's your say?
Thank you very much, Sharon. Before, when we are beginning this show, we said technology is any invention. Any invention that is family planning is a technology. Because it even involves scientific methods when you're making it and when we are doing it, when you're using it. That's why it has some terms and conditions, when you're using it. But then family planning, it would have been good at. However, I won't recommend that it is good 100%. But it's like now you gauge the percentage of its goodness. Because sometimes everything good we see, it has a negative impact. As long as you don't utilize it the way you're supposed to utilize it, or you use it the way you're supposed to use it. So I wouldn't say that family planning is good or bad, but it depends on the applicability, on the way you use it. We've seen people who use family planning in the name of not getting pregnant, in the name of I have somebody, I'm not yet committed to this person, but still I need to maintain with him or to be with him. So she ends up going in for family planning, and she ends up taking, because there are many different types of family planning, maybe we shall get another time and we talk about them. So family planning, how is it related to violence? You find that somebody, like, believe me, there is a certain method, the various methods they use, but they end up causing conflicts in the home. Very good. Someone comes and he says, oh, anyway, since it's a way of informing people, I'll give them a token. I'll open it up. You find a man wants to use a condom, but a woman doesn't want, or the vice versa. Then this thing becomes an issue. Then you are like, don't you trust me? Why do you use such a thing? Do you want to tell me you're going somewhere? Then you are like, no, this is a health issue. Then somebody begins to become suspicious. Then you find a couple begins to develop moods. A man begins to develop some, how do they call them, swing moods. You find he no longer, he's no longer in love the way he used to be, or the way she used to be, because this thing can affect the two.
Because he prefers without a condom, and the partner insists on using a condom.
Yes, or he wants a condom, the other one doesn't want. So it's a two-way. And in this process, you find the couple which has been okay, before you get to know, quarrels every day. Before you get to know, she or she, the man or the woman, depending on who prefers on what to use, then they have now developed other behaviors. Someone who used to come who used to depart at the job at 8 comes back at the midnight. You ask, what is the problem? No, he says, I've been working, if it's good enough. But if he's someone who got tired, he will tell you, so I need to get somebody who will do what I want.
Lawrence, I just wanted to understand something. I don't know if I'm right, because I'm not I didn't do medicine. I'm not a medic, but then I hear of stories that some hormonal family planning methods they have a very far-reaching side effects, and they are not good, and they end up causing some other diseases like pressure. They can cause barrenness, they can cause fibroids, hemorrhage, among others. I don't know how true that is. And then also, like, why is it that family planning is always for the ladies? When you look at the ones for men, in most cases they are the non-hormonal ones. Then, like, using of condoms is non-hormonal. It doesn't have any side effect, dangerous side effects if you use it for long. And then we have the tubal ligation that also is not hormonal, it's also non-hormonal. But then the ladies have resorted into taking of pills. They have resorted into implants, IUDs, that may cause them some other far-reaching effects, side effects in future, unlike the man. I don't know what you have to say about that.
I would concur with you, but not fully. Anything that has chemicals, it has side effects, but you gauge the cost and the benefit. For me, I'm a social scientist. I deal with social life. However, it doesn't separate me from the medic side, because social life also has a kind of medical. Since it has been empirically proven, then it's right that they have side effects. But then, how are we going to manage these side effects? We are supposed to look for a suitable method that all of us we agree on, and we do it together, not me alone. Because the only problem women do or men do is doing things when they are hiding. Doing the family planning when they are hiding. And in the process of hiding, a lot comes up, of which now you're scared to disclose. So, for example, I want to give an example. Here came a girl. She got pregnant, but then she thought she was at family planning, because she had a man. She was like, ono mwagala ko bwagazi ampe ku sente. Then she goes, she thinks she thought she had taken the pills, but these pills were expired. Then after some 3 months, changes began to happen. She got pregnant. Now she goes and says, but I was on family planning. Hey, how did this happen? She needed some scientific explanations, of which even the doctors didn't do what? Didn't know, and could not know why. It was not until research was made and they are like, if that hormonal like pills are expired and you take them, it won't exonerate you from being what? Pregnant. Her miserable life began from here, from this point, because even the parents began to say, take the pregnancy to where you got it. The things I'm telling you, they happened 1 month ago. It's my village mate. She was doing a certain law course at a certain university. What happened? The girl went and did abortion in a primitive abortion. Somebody was like, if you take certain chemicals, the fetus will get weak and it goes away.
Currently in Uganda there is a serious law against abortion, and it is totally illegal. So whatever abortion that happens in Uganda is happening illegally, and it is very unsafe. So all the abortions currently happening in Uganda are primitive.
You see, basically, on a Christian point of view, I'm a Christian. Okay, on a religious point of view, because there's no any religion that allows abortion. But under some circumstances, there are some things we need to look into. You get the point? Because we shall not shy. Do you know why it happens and people are dying? It's because we've shied away from the issue.
Yes.
So we need to put provisions that exonerates some people. And I'm not saying that we carry it, but there are some circumstances, under normal circumstances, that you cannot exonerate abortion. That's why in the law point of view, there is where abortion is allowed, but then it's not allowed. Why do I say like this? Because to do abortion, you need to get a letter from the doctor. Then from the doctor, you take it even to be approved by law. So by the time you get into it, months have elapsed. What happens? The fetus is growing. When it grows, indeed you will give what? Birth. Now look at this person who has been raped. He has no way out, no way in, and the life is miserable. Nobody to take care of her. Okay, look at this mad person. Okay, let's not go far. Don't you go on the streets and you find people are mad? On one, like you find a woman, not even a woman, a child is mad, but at the same time she's pregnant. Madness has added on to sickness. What? How can you help that person? Herself, she's a problem. She cannot manage to take care of herself. Now you've added another person in her whom she's going to give birth and take care of. So I would think we and the government, because we are the government is us. But however, it has different stakeholders. We should be realistic, and we come up with realistic policies that would help to enforce safe abortion. Because I know some stones will come from different angles, but then behold, this is happening and people are dying. Why can't we develop options?
Thank you, Lawrence. I've picked interest in your point where you're like, because when you talk about the sexual and reproductive health and sex education, we said we can't shy away from it.
Yes.
We couldn't run away from it, because if we do not teach these kids, if we do not teach our children about it, the world will teach them. It's the same thing with abortion. However much the government tries to shy away from abortion, the religion trying to illegalize it, these things are happening in dark corners. And worst of all is that since it's illegal, they do it unsafely, and then it's taking away lives of so many young people out there. Mostly the girls. Of course, it's the girls that get pregnant. So I was also requesting at least they should hear this. The government should help us. Abortion, however much it's illegal, but then it's happening in dark corners. I think the best way is to just legalize it and then give these girls a safe way of what? Of preventing this thing, yes. Planning being one of the ICT, how ICT has perpetrated violence on women. I asked myself, why don't they have pills for men? Why don't they have implants for men? Why don't they have family planning for men? Why do they only have the condoms, the non-hormonal, the friendly ones for men, and not the hormonal ones? Anyway, that's a question for the government and the health sector. But then we have learned a lot in this show today, whereby we've seen that too many things have happened due to technology, and these things have really created harm to a number of people, most especially the women, the youth, also the men to some extent. Yes, we can't ignore the men. We are seeing like girls are sleeping with older men for money. They are sleeping with older men to acquire this technology because it comes with a cost. It's expensive and some girls can't afford it. They are sleeping with the older men to get their cosmetics. We are seeing women going for scanning and aborting the girls, aborting pregnancies because of the availability of the scanners that is as a result of technology. We are seeing people going in for family planning, and of which some family planning methods have some other far-reaching side effects that have caused them. Some people are barren because of family planning. Some people are having other diseases like fibroids because of family, and these are women. We are talking about women here. It's women that use these family planning methods. We are seeing people being bullied over social media. We are seeing celebrities mostly being bullied over social media. We are seeing on people because they are posting their own bodies, themselves. And also we are seeing relationships whereby the men, the ex-lovers, decide to post pictures of nude pictures and videos of their exes after the relationship has ended. And you know how this can psychologically torture the person, and also what it can cause the person in the community. We are seeing a lot of violence against women over ICT and violence against the youth over ICT. We are coming to the end of the show, but before we do that, let's have my colleagues tell the viewers their last remarks before we can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for viewing us. Thank you, Sharon, for being a good moderator. I've loved the show. But a reminder before I go. Family planning was meant for families. That's why it's called what? A family planning, meaning it was meant for people who have families. So, for girls out there who are doing family planning, for men there who are doing family planning when you don't have families, think twice. I would say, okay, sometimes it's hard, but then you develop options. But then before you develop options, this is not something I'm imposing on you or I am forcing you to do, but think about it.
Lawrence, let me ask you a question. We are very much aware that with the current generation, almost everyone is sexually active. We are very much aware that by the time our child is in P4,